Ice cream parlour?
Sunny Nelson Ice Cream Parlour, yeah. Sunny Nelson Real Fruit Ice Cream.
And we used to study together in Windtech, Waikato Institute of Technology, and I just thought why not to bring Josh's business as well on our channel, and that's why I'm here today. So I will hand over to Josh to introduce himself. Josh,
cool.
From here.
Hey guys, so my name is Josh. We are here in Hamilton despite the name Sunny Nelson Real Fruit Ice Cream. We are in Frankton. But yeah, like you said, we studied at Windtech together. So, and then I ran into you last night, and then we kind of hooked this up. So, so it's good to be here. It's good to have you guys watching, and we're going to take you through a little bit of process of what we do here at Sunny Nelson.
Yeah. So I always have. First of all, what are you making for me today?
So today, Harshmeen, I'm making for you a mango lassi ice cream. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah, it's been on our menu for a while now. We have a signature range.
Is it mango lassi or is it mango lassi ice cream?
So it's mango lassi ice cream in the ice cream form.
How did you come up with that?
Well, how did we come up with that? We had a mango ice cream for years, and then for a while, and then we just decided, well, we already have the honey. We already have the yogurt and the ice cream in our ice cream based forms, and then we kind of just mashed it all together. It was already on site, we just had never made it before. So it was an easy ice cream to make for us.
Oh, nice.
And it's been doing really well. So what we've done in the last sort of few days is actually added to that extra mango on top, cream as well, and it just all goes together really well.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like yum now.
Yeah.
Should we make it?
Do
you want to share us with the process?
The process? Yep, I can absolutely do that. Alright, so we're going to make it on this machine. We call this machine aisle number 1, aisle number 2 and aisle number 3 down there. And the only reason why we name these aisle number 1, 2 and 3 is so that we can yell out to the staff, clean up on aisle 2, right? If you like mango, you will love a mango lassi.
Oh, definitely. I love mango.
Yeah. So I'm putting in the honey now. We put in a shot of honey in that. Cool. Got all that in there. Beauty. The mango, we chuck that straight in. Now, while that's going, I'm just going to turn that on. All right. Fill this up. So what it's pretty much doing now is just mixing all the honey, the ice cream, the mango, it's just smashing it all together. Of course we do real fruit ice cream, so we add no sort of artificial flavours or colours or anything like that. It is what it is, essentially. Alright, perfect timing, that's ready for me down there. Get a bit of cream.
Oh, looks so yum.
Put that on top. Oh gosh, here we are. Now I'm going to get the mango, which is essentially quite fresh.
Oh.
Put that on top as well. Like I said, if you like mango, you will love this.
Yeah,
it's just loaded up with mango.
Yes.
Get all that on. Cool. Now for a bit of mango sauce on top of that. And there we have, where's my spoon? A mango lassi.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Oh my god, it is so yum.
Yeah, it's a mango lover's ice cream, that's for sure. Yeah. So you get past the cream into the actual ice cream too, you'll be able to really taste the mango lassi ice cream.
Oh my god, it's so yum.
Cool, I'm glad you like it.
How much out of 10?
I will give 10 out of 10.
Thanks. Any room for improvement?
No. You're always coming up with the new flavors I always see on your Instagram.
Yeah.
How do you come up with these ideas?
Yeah, we're always, I think the thing with business is it's kind of like, I kind of compare it to like a garden. If you were to leave it without doing the weeds, then it will kind of just grow up and become, you know, like not very good looking. And I think the same thing with business is you always got to, in the term of sort of weed the garden in terms of coming up with new things. so that it stays exciting, stays always something new for customers, and so we're always trying to come up with new flavors, new combinations, as well as like new systems and how we do things. Always looking at if we can do anything better, if we can change anything. And if someone was to come into the shop 2 years ago compared to now, they will completely not recognize it.
Yeah, I remember I came here 2 years ago and it was this side.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now it's like different.
We're taking out a wall here and everything, so yeah.
So first of all, when did this happen and why did you start, and all of those questions always comes into my mind.
Yeah. So the name Sunny Nelson comes from obviously down in Nelson. Granddad lives down there. So essentially we've got Granddad down in Nelson, and he was the one with the kind of he lives next to a boysenberry farm, the Tasman Bay Berry Farm, and they're the ones that really kicked us off here in Hamilton, just gleaning sort of inside knowledge from them on what to do, what not to do in the industry, and just helped us get started with a cheap load of boysenberries, and then we set up here. These machines are from Nelson as well. The ice cream we use is from Nelson as well. So Nelson, as well as a whole lot of berries that we use, not all of them, a lot of them are just general New Zealand growing. We get things like the mango in from overseas, of course, but Nelson is almost like a apple of the, what's it called? Apple of the eye? Eye of the apple? Apple of the pie. Apple of the pie type region of New Zealand for real fruit ice cream. So it was very fitting that we use the name real fruit Sunny Nelson. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. Cool.
And which year did you start?
Summer of 2018.
And when did you get this idea?
That was 40 days before I opened. So we opened this in 40 days.
Like so quick?
Yeah, so from the time I had the idea to the time we sold our first ice cream, opened the doors, it was 40 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It happened very quickly, yeah.
What was the what was the inspiration? Just your granddad?
That's where the idea came from. So I was living in China for a few years. I came back to New Zealand, worked for New Zealand companies, corporates mainly. Lots of excitement wrapped up in that, but then I kind of came to realise that it wasn't corporates that I wanted to work for. It's not what I wanted. That's not the reason why I studied or went to China in the first place. But I kind of got wrapped up in that and the excitement of it when they were kind of looking at hiring me, and attention is always exciting, you know. Yeah. But then once I started actually working in a corporate in Auckland City, I kind of realised, oh, this isn't why I went to school, this isn't why I studied, and what I've always wanted to do was start my own business. So I quit that, came back home to Hamilton, tried 2 businesses that didn't really work out, and then when the second one I could see that wasn't really working out, I was really yearning to do something else. Pretty much if anything came across my plate at that time, I probably would have picked it up. And this is what came across my plate at that time, you know?
So it was just you knew you needed something and it came.
It was an opportunity that presented itself, and it was really good timing in the opportunity. Granddad was down in Nelson, sort of encouraging me as well. Dad had the building, so this building we're in is actually my father's. He's my landlord. My brother was keen on social media, so he had the knowledge of social media. So it was kind of all these things that wrapped together as well. I was able to get finances as well. So my dad, he had King's Finance at the time. Yeah. And so he was able to approve me for a loan. Without kind of these things, and without, I always say, like, people have opportunities that are unique to them, you know? No one else could have started Sunny Nelson where we are here, and I'm not saying that to be rude or anything like that. It's just that opportunity was there for me. Other people have their opportunities in their circle of influence, and it's kind of every opportunity is unique to someone, because you can never look at someone and go, I wish I did that. You can't, because you didn't have their network, you know, and they can't do what you do because they don't have your network. And so I was able to wrap my network up and really pull this together in 40 days, and now here we are.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Such a good story.
Yeah. So, but like I said too, the idea has come a long way since we started. You know, it's completely different. Yeah, but it's the same but different.
How did you find out about the need that you needed this thing? Should
Like the demand for the shop here?
Yeah. Demand, or would I would say ice cream parlor or real fruit ice cream. How did you find out about that?
Yeah. Okay. So.
I remember you were into a lot of research as well.
Yeah, I did do so. When the idea was first almost presented to me, just kind of like a, hey Josh, what about real fruit ice cream? I originally went, no, not for me, not me, you know, no, I was thinking I'm more wanting to be someone on the road, out and about, rather than stationary in one shop. But then I kind of reconsidered, and I did a bit of research, jumped onto Google, and I could just see that at the time I wasn't really aware of real fruit ice cream in New Zealand at the time. I knew it was out there, but wasn't really fully aware of it. And then I did a bit of research, seeing that New Zealanders actually love real fruit ice cream, and these guys down in Nelson have everything I need to be able to get started, you know, with the knowledge and everything I need to catch up on. So yeah, that was kind of that was my market research. I'm going to make a milkshake, all right? And first of all, you're standing in exactly the place I want you to stand. So this is the front of the line, essentially. The line kind of curls around and out when we're really busy. But here we are, so you've made it to the front of the freezer. And then I ask you what berries you want. You can literally kind of be your own chef here. So you can mix up different flavors. You can use some of the sort of berries or tropical, or we even have rock melon in here at the moment. So you can mix up anything you like. Is there anything particular that you want, and we're going to do a milkshake today?
I will leave it in expert's hands.
All right, I love it when people say that. Okay, so I'm going to make an amazing milkshake. One that, honestly, once you have this milkshake, you'll never get another milkshake again without thinking, I went to sunny Nelson and had the best milkshake of my life. All right, so I'm going to add in, I'm going to put in a little bit of rock melon, banana, and a little bit of strawberry.
I love bananas.
Cool as. All right, so now we're welcoming you down to the machine. I'm just loading this up with a bit of ice cream. Hey guys, welcome in. I'll be with you in a moment. Just need to make up this milkshake. Now we're getting a milkshake today, but essentially milkshake ice cream, it's kind of the same process. You'll just see where it kind of differentiates at the end, which is shortly. So this being the ice cream machine, I'll put in the ice cream and the berries, and it's just crunching it all out right now. And if I was just to let this come out now, it would just be a normal sort of ice cream. But of course we're doing a milkshake, so I'm just adding to that a little bit.
And you were also telling me about, you think you created this idea from McDonald's as well. What was that?
Oh no, yeah. So when we first started here, we had a system which was more similar to like a fish and chip shop, or more similar to McDonald's, where you order and then you wait for your ice cream, and then you wait for us to call you up, like call you when it's ready. But now we've taken a completely different approach, where we bring you down the line, bring you along the process with us as we make the ice cream. And it's more, you could say, similar to like a Subway system, where you're part of the process as the ice cream is being made, right? So here we are at the making a milkshake.
Oh, so no shaker at all? You're doing it?
No, so we don't do it. We don't have a blender. We're kind of putting the shake back into milkshake, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really need a blender, to be honest, because this blends up all the berries for us, and then we just shake it up.
Interesting.
Yeah. Makes for a good milkshake.
Yeah, it will be.
kind of putting a shake back into milkshake.
Like we get cocktails.
Yeah. All right. This is quite a light colour because we've got banana and we have a little bit of strawberry in there. Only banana and rock melon. And there we have a beautiful milkshake.
Sort of a first ice cream, and from the idea I got it and started in 40 days.
Yeah.
But I just want to say this thing, like people think that you can get success in just one day, and people think, oh, Rome was built in a day.
Yeah,
so
no,
I
it wasn't.
I just want to know what do you think about that?
Yeah. No, absolutely. So yeah, like I said, from idea to selling our first ice cream, it was 40 days, which is incredibly fast, because I wanted to move it along in time for summer as well. And anyway, but one thing I'd want to say to people, well, first of all, like from when we opened and sold our first ice cream to now, what Sunny Nelson is now, it's so different, so different. I could have never had the idea of our system and everything like that within that first 40 days. It's just not. There's no way, because I didn't have that experience behind me or anything like that. But what I would say to people is if you have an idea, even if it's as basic as like real fruit ice cream, the idea in itself is like that first step towards building something up which is successful and which is desirable. The idea itself may not be successful and desirable, but what is to come from that idea will eventually be, because if you were to implement something that it doesn't sound really interesting, or people may not like it, but do it anyway, because you will grow, and your momentum from that idea will grow into something that is really desirable and what people do really like. Maybe not from the original idea it will not be the successful product or thing that you will have in the future, but it'll grow into that successful thing of what you will have in the future. The idea itself won't be as successful, but where it grows to will be. So that, I think, is really key for people that are thinking about, I've got this idea, but I don't think it's really good. Well, no, start with that, because it will develop. You wake up in the morning and go, oh, maybe I could do this to this, my idea. I could add this, or I learnt about this online and I'm going to implement that into my business. So your idea grows into something that is really desirable. Not necessarily the original idea will be successful, but what will come from that will be. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And when we were talking, and you also told me that you had 2 business failures, and then this is the 3rd one, and it's going successful. So what happened during those businesses, and what do you learn from those businesses, and were you really not happy with the way things didn't work, and how did you come up with that as well? Yeah,
so I feel as if I didn't fail in those 2 businesses there, then this wouldn't have been a reality or something that I could have strived for. I kind of had to go through what I went through to then start this, and I feel as well in the future, like this may not be the be all end all of what I'm going to be doing in life, but this will then be a stepping stone into something else that I'm going to do. My learnings from this will go on. So the learnings is the important thing in business, whether it's a success or failure. The learnings you get from that stepping stone will then lead you on to the next one. And so my 2 failed businesses, we only say they failed because they're not around anymore, but they were actually a success into where it's led me to be where I am today. So those, they didn't work out for different reasons, but I learned a lot off them. They provided a lot of excitement, and I learnt a bit more about marketing and things, because me and you went to tech. We've already mentioned we studied together, and I learnt theory and a bit of practical and stuff at tech, but until you actually apply that into something, you don't really learn the grunt of it. And so I was applying those things into these two different businesses as well as this one, and then you really learn. That's where you really learn, different how things work in the marketplace. And so those two businesses,
And how did you overcome the failure? That's the main important thing, because for people sometimes like, failed, sorry, not gonna do it, go back what they want to do, or they can go back and have a normal life.
How do I overcome those? They didn't really bother me at all. I definitely have a close group of friends in amongst my church who are really supportive, which always helps, particularly probably when things don't so much work out. But they really help as well when you have a new idea and then jump on board with that idea. It's often your friends and your family who get you off the ground in the first place with buying your first few products, But how did I move on from those? I feel as if I kind of learned that no, these aren't working out. I now need to start looking at something else, and so that was the process of moving on, I guess. Not lingering around in something that wasn't working out or wasn't going to work, but moving on to something that possibly did.
That's good. Because it's very important. Some people just like, oh, we failed, let's move on to new thing.
That's important. To move fast.
And what is the marketing or sales strategies or whatever business strategies you are using? Because we go into lockdown, we're going into level 2, then level 3, so anything happens. So how are you managing that now?
We do a lot of social media marketing. We do a lot of social media marketing. It's probably our main form of marketing. I'll tell you a quick story of something that happened through lockdown last year in 2020. My brother-in-law worked for a company, and they worked for a clothing brand for I Love Ugly. Actually, I'm wearing their clothes now. But something that they realised, which I took on board as well, is they realised everyone's freaking out right now. Like everyone is pulling. Like one of the first things that they're pulling out is their expense on marketing, and they realised if everyone's pulling out of marketing, but everyone's sitting at home on their phones, man, we're gonna pump marketing on social media, and essentially be one of the only ones doing it. Because everyone's freaking out and pulling out all their cash from that, in their budget, for their marketing budget. So they ended up putting more money into their online marketing presence, and then ended up doing so much better at the time and in the long term, because other people were pulling out of that, out of that. So something we did as well was we did do. I can't say we pumped heaps of time and effort and finances into marketing at the time, because essentially we were closed. No one could buy during level 4. No one could buy from us. Like, we're not an essential business. You'd think we are, but we're not. We're in the business of keeping people happy. Surely we should be open. No, but we're not. No, just joking. But when we went back into level 3, that's when we really started cranking up the ideas, and people jumped onto ideas, and we started chucking our finances back into marketing and things like that. Mainly social media marketing.
And what happened with this lockdown? Like, we had lockdown twice, or I think so far.
We about 3 weeks ago we went into level 2 here in Hamilton, and we reverted back to our what we call the slide through, like the ice cream drive through. But we realised that that's more of a level 3 response. we didn't need to over exceed into a level 3 response. It just took a lot of time and effort on our side, moving the whole shop around to then doing the slide through. But what we in these last 2 level 2s here in Hamilton, we've just been active on the contact tracing, spacing people, putting marks on the ground where they should be stepping, and going from one process to the next, and wiping down and that sort of stuff. So general level 2 practices for retail shops instead of going into full level 3 mode. Yeah.
How many staff do you have?
So this summer we had up to 8 staff, mainly part-timers, which has been really good. Now at the tail end of our summer, a few people have left on to things like university, or one girl has gone to Waihi and different places, so which has been good timing for us too, because we're starting to scale down a little bit now with our sales coming out of summer. So now we have, I think there might be 4 or 5 of us on the roll. So yeah, it's good.
So how do you manage the staff? Like, it's not an easy thing managing those people. So do you get some problems or something?
Yeah, I always feel like I could do things better. Mainly around looking after myself, so that I can look after other people. When I don't look after myself, then you get tired and frustrated, and that may not always come out when we're working, but it's just not pleasant for yourself, So I feel like I can always do better in terms of management, but with we all love working here. I mean, we work in an ice cream shop. It's a little bit of a dream for a kid, and we love it too. We eat ice cream all day. Well, not all day because we're serving it mainly, but yeah, we eat ice cream every day. We get to chat to people of Hamilton and people of New Zealand, which is really cool. And yeah, it's mainly guys that work here, mainly guys from my church group that work here. I kind of knew them at church and through group, and now they've kind of come on board with working at Sunny Nelson. They love it. We do have 2 girls as well though that work here, so it kind of creates a good balance.
Interesting. And how did you come up with this hat? I love that hat.
Oh yeah. Well, one day there was one day one of the girls were working, and we found, and I probably shouldn't say this, but we found hair in one of the ice rooms. And so it was kind of like, all right, well, what do we need to do now then? If this is going to happen, we need to do something about it, right? So we ended up coming up with the hats. It kind of just keeps your hair out of your face, as well as out of the product, and these are, so firstly for health and safety reasons, these are really handy. Secondly, they kind of just look the part of what an ice cream staff members look like, in ice cream parlours and things around the world. So it kind of fits the theme, fits the vibe, and yeah, so these have been Sunny Nelson hats for the summer, which has been good.
That's good. And what do you do for your self-care?
How do I look after myself? Good question. I have Mondays off, so I work 6 days a week, rest on Monday. It's a lesson that I learnt early on that was really important. I feel like having 1 day off a week is just really essential to you being able to be yourself and function throughout, be yourself again. One thing I realized first starting out, I started working pretty much 7 days a week. I always knew that 1 day a week was important, but I started working 7 days a week for, I don't know, I guess selfish reasons. And then I quickly learnt after about 3 months of that it's just not sustainable. You can't sustain 7 days a week and be the person that you're made to be every day. Like my personality started to change. When you're tired, how you're just slightly different. Yeah. Or like when you're overworked, you're just a little bit more edgy, and you're a little bit more like, but then you think about if you were just a little bit tired all the time, then your personality is going to be a little bit different all the time, and then that kind of amalgamates into that just being you. You're just always a little bit edgy, and you're always a little bit tired, and and that actually kind of changes your personality, which I started to freak out about. I thought, oh no, this is actually changing who I am because of my work ethic.
Yeah.
So I realized that, and then in the summer of January 2019, I started religiously taking 1 day off a week, and that just gives you just enough to rest, sleep during the day, just not do really anything, get your mind off work, so that you can jump back into your week and do really well.
And but still, you didn't answer me. What do you do for your self-care?
Oh, okay. Well, besides having 1 day off a week,
like specific activity that you do. Like for me, I do boxing.
Oh, okay.
That's my self-care.
Okay.
What do you do for yourself?
Oh, I see. I'm an avid swimmer.
Oh.
Yeah, so I swim a lot. Yeah. This summer I've started running a little bit more, because I've signed up to a race where it's a swim-run race.
Oh.
So you're swimming and running and swimming and running and swimming and running all the way through the race. Which means you got to swim in your running shoes and run in your togs, essentially. Yeah, so so it's going to be interesting, and it's up in the Bay of Islands. So I've been running a bit.
When are you doing that?
That's next month. I think it's on the 7th of April. I think. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Would love to know about the results as well.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, you have to be roped to someone. Because you're swimming out into the middle of nowhere, onto islands and running across them where there's no one there. You need a running and a swimming partner. So you're essentially tied to someone the whole race.
So do you know who you're going to tie to?
I'm hoping to get my brother to do it.
Yeah, he's a good cyclist.
He used to be a professional athlete. Yeah, so I've got to keep up with him.
He's not anymore?
No, he started Lurker Calf, which is right next door to Sunny Nelson.
Oh,
yeah, him and his wife started it. Yeah,
Yeah, we would love to interview them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, in the end, I just want to know what 5 tips you have for my viewers that I would say Josh's 5 tips.
All right, Josh's 5 tips. Okay, that's a tough question, but what I'm going to give you is pretty much quickly in these 5 tips summarize the points that I've talked of and the learnings behind them. Number 1, the last point we talked of, 1 day off is really important. 1 day of rest in amongst 7 days, really important. And I talked into that. Number 2, you may have a small idea, but that idea, if you plant it in terms of, if you just do that small idea, then that will grow with, that'll grow into a big idea. A big idea never comes as a big idea, it always starts as a small idea. So start with a small idea and it'll grow. Number 3, jump off failure. Learn everything that you do is a learning. Every day we learn something, and everything that you do is a learning curve, and which will prepare you for what you're going to do in the future. So take all of that on board for you to learn and for you to grow your next idea, I guess, or grow your next, or be better in your next day. You know. Number 4, what was I going to say? Enjoy your days, because I mean, one thing that we do as human beings, right? We spend most of our time at work and not with our family. So I want to make work something that is really enjoyable. And if you can make work really enjoyable, and family's great. If you make work really enjoyable, then your life will be enjoyable. You know, if work's not enjoyable, then man, you're wasting your life essentially. You know, you want to make it enjoyable. One thing I would say, going back to point 1 with the day of rest, I was beginning not to enjoy my work because I wasn't resting properly, you know. But when I put in the practice of just resting once a week, one day a week, then it became enjoyable again. So that kind of ties in. Number five, if you eat ice cream, you'll be happy. So.
And I forgot to talk about,
ice cream makes you happy.
Yeah. So do you have ice creams which are vegan as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we have a coconut base. So when we bring you down the process of what you want, we always ask you, do you want ice cream, frozen yogurt, which is an ice cream base, or coconut dairy free? So whatever combination of berries that you want to mix up, you can always have that in the coconut dairy free base, which is a vegan base.
And in the milkshake as well. So you make the milkshake as well as ice creams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's always that choice. And if you really like strawberry, and I really like strawberry, but you're dairy free and I'm not, we can both still have the strawberry ice cream, but you just have it in the coconut base, I have it in the ice cream base, and everyone's happy.
Oh, that's good. And I need something for my viewers.
Yeah, cool.
A giveaway.
Okay, cool.
What can you do for my viewers now?
Yeah, cool. So if you guys come on into Sunny Nelson and just mention that you are a fan of Harshmeen's show, then we will give you the full mango lassi extra that we gave Harshmeen, but without the extra costs on the extra. So meaning you'll get it at the standard ice cream price, and you won't have to pay for the cream and extra mango and everything extra on top of it. So that's the first thing. So you need to come in and just say, hey man, whether it's me, I'll tell the staff as well that they're aware of this promotion. If they say, I'm a fan of the show, then we'll give you all the extra without the extra cost.
Yeah.
Secondly, so we can randomly pick viewers of the show. We'll give away a double free ice cream experience to Sunny Nelson.
Yeah, to a family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. 2 adults and two kids.
Yeah, 2 adults, 2 kids. Come on in. We'll shout you. You can play mini part. Get your ice cream. It is all free. It is all on us, and you can just enjoy life and enjoy your ice cream. Sunny Nelson Real Fruit Ice Cream. We're in Hamilton. We're based in Frankton on Greenwood Street. If you think of where Wendy's is in Frankton, with all the other fast food chains on that street, we are opposite Wendy's.
Okay, and the address?
The address is 7 Greenwood Street. But just think Wendy's, we're opposite them, and you've got it.
No, we're not promoting Wendy's here though.
No, I mean, no.
No, I'm just being cheeky on that.
If you want a burger, go to Wendy's. If you want ice cream, come to Sunny Nelson.
Or even milkshake.
Yeah.
Because the milkshake you get it from Wendy's are better here than in Wendy's.
But you can be the judge of that.
Yeah, no, I can tell. So, just want to say thank you, Josh, for giving us the opportunity to come and shoot you in even short, very short notice. So thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it's good to see you again.
And it was really good that you bumped into me yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I was like, oh my god, I was thinking about something and it just comes to me straight away.
Cool.
So I was really happy with that. And me and Josh has studied like a lot of papers together in Vintech. And it was always an awesome experience. I do remember as an international student, I was struggling with APA referencing, and he's the one who taught me how to do APA referencing. And it is very important at the end of any assignment. So it has been a really important part. And he also introduced me to Fijuas, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I had my first Fijuas through him.
Oh, wow.
And he bring it with him, and I had it for the first time.
Oh wow,
like,
fancy that.
Oh my god,
I think I might remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so young. So yeah, I have a lot of good memories with Josh, and it's I'm very lucky to bump into so many people.
I remember asking you if you'd had one before. You said you hadn't had it before, and so I specifically brought one in for you.
Yeah, that's the thing. You always used to do good things for others.
Oh gee, thank you.
Yeah,
No.
I still do remember. See, it's been 7 years.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, it has been, yeah. Oh, no, and thank you for your time and coming into Sunny Nelson and asking questions about me. It's always easy to talk about, yourself. So, and I encourage you in everything you're doing. If you're a fan of the show and you love this lovely lady like I do, then like, subscribe, and tell all your family about it. There's always good content coming your way.